Hey guys, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. How are you? I know it's been a while since I've posted an update, and in all honesty, I have been quite busy brew related. There has been quite a few weekends where I have done some brewing, but I haven't really updated you on what's been going on. But I did want to sort of catch you up to date on what I had done in the past and things that I haven't really talked about since the brew days. So the two beers I have in front of me is from the Barleywine brew day, so the Perilous Journey. That would be here. This is the Barleywine. I have tasted one that was in the bottle, which isn't quite fully carbonated yet. So this one I had from the keg, which I had on 2 ounces of oak chips for 5 days last week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get a taste test on this one. Cheers. Smelling really sweet, caramelly. I don't get any hints of bourbon, even though I didn't dump in bourbon. I only just used the bourbon soaked oak chips. So cheers. Wow. I get a little bit of the oak essence, sort of the vanilla aspects of it, woodiness, but it's primarily dominated by the caramel sweetness, a hint of toffee. Yeah, it's quite nice. I really enjoy this one. I haven't had many opportunities to enjoy it. I know I will thoroughly look forward to it. But I do like the way this tastes. Not a whole lot of booze on it. It's really not boozy at all. Came out at 10.7%, I believe. I'll have to look that up. But it's up there. Alright, so I went up and got my brew book, and I can see this beer started out at... if you watched the video, you remember I started out at 1.115. Final gravity was 1.020, so a really good attenuation on this one. So that puts it at 12.7%, and you wouldn't know it. Deceivingly sweet and nice. It's not too sweet, right? It's just, you get those nice hints of caramel, toffee, smooth all the way through. Really enjoy that one. I really like that one. That's going to be a nice sipper. This one, this is the party gyle. So it was like the third run-ins on that brew day. It was kind of hazy after talking with Sam pretty late at night. But, you know, I can get a pretty good hit on this. For this one, for the hops, I used... You know, I was going for like a pale ale or a mild, but I was using Eldorado and Lemon Drop for the hops. Both of those hops they sort of lend a bit of sweetness to it, like candy type sweetness. So there are some things where the tastes are contrast, and that really helps them out. There are other flavors where the tastes are similar, and that benefits them as well. In this case, with the Lemon Drop and the Eldorado, that was not the case. Too much sort of candy wannabe sweetness in there, and yeah, it's as far as I'm concerned, it would be a dumper. So what I did was jumping around past a couple brew days and going to the Saison brew day. So when I did the Saison, I was going to dry hop that with Azacca and Yarlow. I ended up not dry hopping it because the taste of the Saison coming out of the primary into the keg was actually really nice. I liked it. I didn't want to dry hop it. Didn't want to possibly ruin it because it was nice and light and crisp and fruity, and I sort of wanted to keep that. So I didn't want to overload it with too many hops. So what I ended up doing was taking, it was about an ounce of Apollo and an ounce of Yarlow. Put them into a stainless steel canister that goes into the cylinder that goes into the keg for dry hopping. Instead, I put those in there and put them in this beer. Now, I haven't tasted it yet, but I have given it a little bit of whiff. Let's go ahead and see if it's improved at all. For the aroma, I still get that sort of overwhelming candy, almost, I don't know, candy socks sort of thing. It's not pleasant at all. Let's go ahead and for the taste. Cheers. It's improved the taste a little bit, but still not to the point of where I would want to look forward to this beer. So this is candidate number one that needs to get, probably going to get purged. Yeah, I just can't waste my time on it. I got the primary beer that I wanted to out of that brew day. The rest of the time I spent on this was a waste, but oh well. But at least I've learned that Lemon Drop and El Dorado are not good mutual candidates together. Not without something else to sort of balance them out. If this had something spicy with it, something more citrus, something more fruity, maybe. But just those two hops alone, no, I'll never do that again. Yep. Okay, so after the barley wine was done, the Saison was actually not my next beer. I've been talking about wanting to do a Doppelbock for a very long time, and a family friend of ours, John, how you doing, John? Came over and we did a brew day. He came over and he helped me brew up a Doppelbock. So let me go ahead and pull off a sample of that and we'll talk about it. Okay, so here's the Doppelbock. Let's go ahead. This has got a really, really nice color to it. See if you can check that out. Really beautiful sort of burgundy color to it. Really digging on it. For this one I used the German Bock yeast, WLP 833 I believe. And so it's a lager, a nice dark lager. And shout out to the Dean's List. He's naming some beers after a Star Wars sort of theme. So in true tradition to a Doppelbock, where the name of the beer usually ends with Ator, since this is a dark lager, kind of the dark side of the Force, I'm going to call this one Darth Vator. So that's what this guy is going to be called. Let's go ahead and get the aroma first time. Really nice light maltiness to it, very light sweetness. And that's about all I'm getting. It's really nice and clean. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay, real nice malty sweetness to that. This guy's only been in the keg, honestly, for about, I think about 5 days. I put him in there about 5 days ago. It's been carbon up. It still needs to lager for, some weeks, probably 3 to 12 weeks. Just, and it's a Doppelbock. So the stats on this one started out at 1087 and finished up at 1024. So this is an 8% beer, and you can't really tell. It's not any alcohol on it at all. Nothing in the aroma that would suggest it's a big beer. Leaving it out, finalizing at 1024. It was expecting to finish at 1025, so finished at 1024, and I lagered this one. So I lagered at 10 degrees Celsius in the fridge for about probably 3 weeks, and then I ramped it up to left it at 18 degrees for about 4 days, and then I ramped it slowly down by 5-degree increments down to 10. Once it was 10, then I just crashed the fridge as cold as it will go, and it only goes down to about 5 degrees Celsius. So I left it there for probably 3 or 4 days, let it sort of cold crash, lager, and then put it into the keg. And like I said, it's only been in the keg about 5 days, so it's going to sit there and lager for quite a long time probably. I'm not drinking much these days, not at all during the week, and only a few beers on the weekends. So these are going to last quite a long time. For the barley wine, I got about 3.5 gallons in the keg, and I got 72 bottles bottled up. So those are just going to sit and store and condition in the bottle. And yeah, I'll have one, share them with friends, of course, beer trades and whatnot. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's probably going to last quite a while. So let's see. I did the barley wine, did the Doppelbock, and then after that I did the Saison. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Saison. Okay, so here we go. Here's the Saison. For this guy, it started out at 1054 and ended up at 1.006. Here it is in all its glory. It's still a little bit cloudy. I didn't put any gelatin in it, although I did use Worthlock tablet at 15 minutes. It's only been in the keg for about 7 days, for about a week, and it's just conditioning. So this is my first time putting it into a glass, so let's give it a whiff. Sort of a nice, light, crisp sweetness to it. It's a bit of a sour note in there, but not much. Let's go ahead and give it a whirl. Cheers. It's got that sort of lemon citrusy sort of note to it, which is very interesting. So yeah, I think that'll be a great sort of springtime, early summer type of beer. It's got that sort of, it's like a, you know, it's like a very weak farmhouse ale. Saison farmhouse ale, yeah, there's kind of a gray area there, but or a farmhouse ale, I would sort of consider something like a Tank 7, which is, you know, a bit over the top. And the Saison is sort of nice, light, drinking, fruity notes to it. So for this, I definitely get that nice, light, crisp, fruity. With a bit of that lemon twist to it at the end. So yeah, I think that'll do just fine. It turned out a little bit stronger than I hoped. It's ranking in at 6.3%. So it is up there a bit. You know, it's not exactly going to be very sessionable. You can have a couple of them, but you probably won't want to go overboard on it. But yeah, I think that's going to clear up really nicely. I haven't added any gelatin to any of these. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. So what else do I got going on brew-wise? In addition to these 3 beers, I did a double IPA. That is actually just right behind you right now in the fridge, cold crashing. It's been cold crashing for about 4 days now. So I've got 1 keg open, and I'm going to put that into the keg. It's just a 5-gallon batch. But probably the best pale ale that I've ever made that I really, really like is the Monterey Street Pale Ale. And that uses Galaxy hops and Mosaic. So Galaxy and Mosaic, and that for me is probably my favorite pale ale that I've tasted to date. So I went ahead and redid that one. I'm gonna dare say it's better than the Supercharger. It's better than the Dropkick Nates that I've brewed, and yeah, I just had to go ahead and rebrew that one because I think that's just gonna be phenomenal. So yeah, that one's I did 10 gallons of that one, so it's sitting in the Chronicle right now, finishing up dry hopping, and as soon as I keg up that double IPA, I'm gonna have to move the pale ale in there, cold crash it, and then I may have to go out and find a couple kegs. Maybe not though, because I've got a double IPA in the Keezer, which is pushing about close to 6 months old, and then so that can go. And also the party gyle beer, the one that was using the lemon drop and Eldorado, that's probably going to go as well. So I'll end up dumping those and putting the Monterey Street Pale Ale into both of those. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, the Barleywine, the Doppelbock, the Saison, the double IPA, the Monterey Street Pale Ale, version 2. It's the same recipe as version 1, just yeah, second time brewing it. And that's it. That's what's been going on brewing wise, and that's about it. I hope you guys are having a hell of a week. I've been really enjoying watching all of your Homebrew Wednesday videos and keeping up, and feeling kind of guilty I haven't put out one in a while, and just want to let you guys know what's going on. So yeah, without further ado, have a hell of a week and have a better weekend. Cheers.